From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast with Scott Sander.
Welcome to the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast. I'm Scott Sander. On this episode,
we get tips from an award-winning hospital system on how to make sure you practice diversity in your business dealings. That's running your business day to day. We look at the aviation business in our industry focus this morning and find out what's happening at the upcoming Aviation Career Summit. And our focus on flight continues with today's success story featuring Mario Rodriguez, the man in charge of the Indianapolis Airport Authority.
Every business is unique and has a target audience. If you own or manage a business, Circulus Digital Media can help you connect and grow your customer base with turnkey digital solutions that are nimble, offering best-in-class results, service, and support to reach a bigger customer base, allowing you to pinpoint a specific audience down to the smallest details. Get outside the city, the state, span the globe. Put Circulus Digital Media to work for you. Get started now at circulusdigital.com. That's circulusdigital.com.
We talk a lot about diversity, equity, and inclusion on this show every week, and it's always a big topic in most business circles. But how can you, as a small business owner, make sure that you're creating a strong and diversified workforce?
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities, running your business day to day.
Angela Smith-Jones is the Vice President for Diversity and Inclusion at the Health and Hospital Corporation for Marion County. She advises Eskenazi Health and others on intentional business practices that include diversity.
I am actually over diversity, equity, and inclusion for Health and Hospital Corporation, which is a municipal corporation, and Eskenazi Health and Marion County Public Health Department and our emergency medical services are all basically subsidiaries. That's the best way to describe it. So I kind of have a few pillars of my focus area. One is talent and culture. Who and what do we look like, and how do our team members feel when they're at work? Also, patient care and delivery of services. How are we delivering the best health care to our community, to our city residents and patients? And then there's also procurement, and how do we continue to increase and work with diverse vendors from companies owned by women, by ethnic minorities, veterans, and disabled persons. And then how do we continue to lean into and develop critical and key partnerships across the city so that we can continue to lean into that and be really one of the best corporate leaders in the city, an anchor institution, if you will. Our focus is to serve the entire city of Indianapolis and the county of Marion, which means every single living human being. And we have a special focus on those who are the most vulnerable, those who have been historically disenfranchised and kind of left out of the healthcare system. So when you look at that, what you know is that we are absolutely committed to diversity. Look at how magnificent Indianapolis is and how diverse it is. We have people from every ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, religion, disabled persons. They all live in Indianapolis. And our focus is, how do we represent our community members, and how do we give the best health care to the patients in our city? Our patients are very diverse. And so for us, it's really important that we have a staff that's also reflective of the community. Because when you go in to see your healthcare provider, you're usually a little more comfortable if you see someone like you that's in that same space. And so for us, it's also critically important that we have team members that reflect what our community looks like and who our community is. It's really a very focused and intentional effort. Our team, we're constantly making sure we're getting out into all of the media venues that we know to communicate. We have open positions. We partner with community partners to let them know we have open positions. And then we also promote from within. So we have a lot of training and development leadership courses that we are saying, if you're already here, please come to us. Help us develop you. Help us grow you. And then that way, more and more of our team looks more and more like the community. So what's really important if you are small is to make sure you really do have a very, what I would call an inclusive work culture and work environment. So what you want to do is have team members that feel comfortable no matter who they are. They feel comfortable in their own skin every day. And then you foster that and teach them how to be inclusive of others so that as you expand your team, which should be more and more diverse, then everyone is actually feeling welcome there, and that will actually attract more diverse talent. Because at the end of the day, you really want to have a product or service where more and more people feel comfortable working with you and your company, whatever your product or service. If you really understand economics, you understand that the more frequently your dollar turns over in your own community, the more everyone benefits. And people like to forget, but every company started really small. And if you give small businesses their business opportunity, they can grow to be the next Eli Lilly. So Eli Lilly was originally a sole proprietor. So was Cook Medical. And so if you continue to invest in your community and you really focus on diversely owned companies that are usually the smaller ones historically, then you are really investing in yourself because the community will continue to grow. So for us, it's so critically important to focus on small businesses and those owned by diverse persons to really kind of give our local economy a boost, and therefore it will continue to pay itself forward for everyone. So we are really focused on getting close to the community. We are currently working on a project on the east side at 38th and Arlington. It's going to be not only a healthcare center, but also a community center. I'm really proud of how that has come along because this entire process, we have really put the community first. We've worked very closely with residents and elected officials to ensure that their voices are heard in the design of the building, what the benefits they would like to have come out of the building, what's important to them. And we continue to lean into the community and work with, okay, so what do you want the exterior and the landscaping to look like? What would you like the artwork to look like? So every detail, we're having the community involved so that when it's complete, they will absolutely feel included and welcomed in that space.
Thanks for being with us. Each week on Business Equity and Opportunities, we focus on a specific industry. This week, we highlight an exciting opportunity for students and job seekers looking for a career path in aviation. The air industry is a vital one for Indiana. Flights move people and goods, making it critical for business, agriculture, and tourism in our state. In fact, according to the state, public use aviation facilities, mostly airports, have an economic output of more than $14 billion and have let Indiana create some 69,000 jobs.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Industry Focus.
Aisha Beeman is the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Program Manager at Republic Airways. She has exciting news about a first-of-its-kind Aviation Career Summit. It's happening here in Indiana.
We are based here in Indianapolis, Republic Airways, and aviation is an industry that's robust. There's a lot of opportunities for people to grow within this industry that people don't know about. There's tons of pathways, and we want to create pipelines for people to educate them on all the different opportunities that you can get here within the industry. I think a lot of times when people look at aviation, it's just pilot and flight attendant. Well, people don't know what they don't know. So we have literally been going out trying to educate the state of Indiana to all the potential careers within aviation. So it could be our corporate jobs, such as accounting, human resources, communication, engineering, finance. And then there's other jobs, not just within the airline industry, but also aviation. So we have supplier jobs. We have jobs at the airport. So there's just so many different careers that we want to educate the public on. And this is a way, the Aviation Career Summit is a way for us to get the word out. If anyone has been watching the news, we have a pilot shortage. It's not just a pilot shortage, but it's also our maintenance technicians. If we don't have technicians to make sure these planes are secure, we wouldn't have a need for pilots, so the flights wouldn't get in the air. So there's a number of careers under the umbrella of aviation that needs support. So for us, this is important to educate young people about the opportunities, because we don't want this situation to happen again. We have talent acquisition that go out and they recruit people for these jobs, but for this summit, our goal was, what can we do now to make sure that this doesn't happen in the future? So we're planting seeds of aviation to expose people across the state on all the opportunities within aviation. The mission of the Aviation Career Summit is to, one, expose students to aviation, to build relationships with our universities, our schools, our companies, and organizations throughout the state of Indiana. And most importantly is to be a catalyst for economic growth throughout the state. So we wanted to have a collaborative effort with companies and organizations under the umbrella of aviation to get them all in one place, something that has never been done before, to say, hey, we are working together to combat this problem that we have here in aviation. So that's what we're doing. The way we spread the word, we've been having strategic leadership luncheons in different cities. We have identified areas that are considered underrepresented and not served. So we talked to leaders, and we want to make them cheerleaders and ambassadors to let them know about what we're doing in October. So the Aviation Career Summit takes place October 21st through the 23rd. It's actually at a few different locations because we wanted to make sure we engage with our community. The first stop is our kickoff, which is at the Indianapolis Airport. We have a mixer from 6 to 8. You have to register for that. And then after the mixer, we have a after party that will celebrate all of our HBCU partnerships that we associate with. Saturday, we have a symposium at Ivy Tech, and it is a roundtable, an HBCU roundtable, talking about the importance of diversity within aviation. Then we have a wonderful guest speaker. After the roundtable is Barrington Irvin. He is a National Geographic explorer. He was the youngest and first black male to circle the globe solo in his own plane that he built with his students. So that's really phenomenal for people to meet him. It's absolutely free. All of the events are free. And so he will be our keynote speaker at Ivy Tech. Then later on that day, we have an event at Lift Academy. It's an open house where kids can go and actually tour a flight school. So they can look at all the simulators, all the planes, and it's just a fun time. DJ, food, a lot of fun. And then Sunday is the big event. That's where we want all of the students, all of the job seekers and career changers to descend upon the Republic Airways hangar and meet all of our partners and sponsors who've made this happen. So that's Delta, that's Allegiant, that's Hawaiian Airlines, that's FedEx, UPS, just a myriad of different nonprofit organizations and companies getting together to educate people about all the careers under the umbrella of aviation. I think the best thing about working in aviation is that all the opportunities you can have. You can start at a flight as a flight attendant and become a pilot. There's different pathways that you can go into. And people think that you need a college degree to be in this industry, and that's not true. You literally can start one place and then go to the next. You know, we really don't have this opportunity. It doesn't come around often. And I would admonish and encourage the public to please bring young people to this event. Please have them register. This is the first time that this has ever happened, where all of these different airlines and companies have come under one roof to share aviation. So please register, please come out and just support this, because it's all about the future of the state and how we're going to move forward within the industry. So please come.
If you want more information on the Aviation Career Summit, you'll find the link on our website, BEOshow.com. Each week on Business Equity and Opportunities, we share a success story from one of our business contributors. In honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, today's story comes from the leader of one of the highest flying successes in our area.
This is Business Equity and Opportunities Success Story.
Last week, we visited with Mario Rodriguez, the Chief Executive Officer of the Indianapolis Airport Authority. Got his take on the aviation business and what it can do to be better. But we also wanted to find out more about the man and his path to success.
You know, I'm a summation of all my experiences, and I grew up incredibly poor. My parents were immigrants to this country, and actually not even immigrants. They were political refugees that came from Cuba in the 1950s. It was a very difficult time in their lives, And I grew up incredibly poor. I worked very, very hard to educate myself. I worked all the way through college. I got lucky because I got grants to go to college and scholarships. And I was able to go to the University of Miami. And I graduated as an engineer. The first job I got was in aviation. And I still have a career in aviation. So I've been in aviation for over 33 years now. And I've been everywhere from Hong Kong to Kuwait. I lived in New Orleans for a long time. At a certain point, I was recruited to go to Long Beach, California, and I spent a long time there as the CEO. And after that, I was recruited over here to live with all of you, which I consider the nicest people on the face of the planet. And I've lived all over the place. This is a wonderful terminal. You could rebuild it 100 times over. There's no mystery or magic to it. The real mystery is people, and the real magic are people. Human capital is the most important thing we have. When I was coming up in the world, people helped me. And the least I could do is help other people. So for me, equity is really a moral imperative. It goes beyond doing the right thing. It is a moral imperative to me. And if you look at it from a business perspective, diversity is just a business necessity. People that don't see that are blind to the fact that it is an incredible business advantage to have a very, very diverse organization. As a matter of fact, right now, here, because of intentionality, 52% of this organization is either women or racial minorities. Of all the airlines that have flown in the United States, there's only been 2 that have had some diversity at the top. An example of our push and our focus and our intentionality when it comes to equity and diversity is Tracy Guerrero. She started as an intern in this organization. We reached out, made sure she came in, and guess what? We kept her.
The airport and the culture here has really cultivated that to grow people to be able to see themselves in positions of leadership. So I'm very proud to work for an organization that does that. I mean, just a prime example of what the airport does. We recently had an outreach event where we collaborate with different organizations around the community and just provide information about the different opportunities to do work at the airport. So that kind of creates that connection with the outside organizations and the work that we do here.
And we win awards over and over and over again. The awards really are a byproduct of respecting and making sure people feel respected and feel wanted here, and they in turn reciprocate to the customer, to the communities, to everybody else. And we won the J.D. Power Award. That it basically says it all.
Our thanks again to all the contributors who joined us for this episode of the Business Equity and Opportunities podcast. We hope you found it enlightening, useful, and inspiring. You'll find more information about the show on our website, BEOshow.com. You can watch Business Equity and Opportunities Sunday mornings at 10 on Wish TV or live stream it through wishtv.com. Each week we provide 7 full segments with topics ranging from how to get started and how to access capital to the day-to-day running of your business and questions about accounting and bookkeeping. We feature business news and trends and always share a success story from one of our contributors. Join us next time for more insights into the world of small business. Be sure to sign up for our Business Equity and Opportunities newsletter to get even more valuable, up-to-date information. And if you have any questions or you'd like to be part of our show, please email us. The address is beo@wishtv.com. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Scott Sander. Thanks for listening.
Watch the Business Equity and Opportunity Show on Wish TV and access all of our content and share it on demand anytime at beoshow.com. You can find more podcasts from Wish TV on the All Indiana Podcast Network at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.